All right, I think we're on. Hopefully we're on. It says I'm streaming. We're gonna jump right into it today. Uh, the thumbnail said we're endless grinding, and it's an endless grind for sure. What's funny is that I've already been playing this game for the past, I don't know, probably 30, 45 minutes. Um, the only difference now is that you can see what I'm doing. Um, so let's see. All right. Hopefully I am streaming right now. If anyone is watching and can just confirm for me. But there's nothing more disappointing than thinking you started the stream and talking for 30 minutes and then nothing actually went through. So hopefully everyone's having a good Friday. Um, Getting warmer here in Western Pennsylvania. So depending on where you are, I'm sure the weather and temperature is different, but pretty much just a normal winter. I kind of mentioned it in the description of the live stream, but uh, took a vacation halfway through the month, so that's why we didn't have a live stream 2 weeks ago. Hopefully, it was not too sorely missed, um, but I plan to keep it as regular as possible. You know, every every other Friday is usually when I have off work, so I can uh, I can hop on, do some streaming, live chat with anyone if anyone has any questions or just wants to talk about the game. So we're now waiting 7 minutes for Guild Battlegrounds, so we can go back over here. I did save some stuff. Um, I like saving some stuff for the stream just because otherwise I feel like it's boring if I'm just staring at my city or waiting for Guild Battlegrounds to open up. Um, so as is with every daily collection and, you know, daily playthrough of the game, um, I go to the continent map, uh, fight through that. I saved my daily collection, all my different city buildings. I've got both my Oceanic Terminal and Arctic Harbor going. Recently did videos on those. Arctic Harbor is officially maxed, so basically just trying to get some diamonds out of that. Nothing really else to get from it at this point. Let's see if there's any incidents around my city. I have actually been getting lucky recently. I got 200 pots of gold this morning, and then a little bit earlier I got 100 pots of gold just from some incidents. So definitely something to keep in mind as you're playing. Look around your city roads, look around the green areas. A lot of times there's something in the water, but definitely click on those incidents because that's what's going to give you, just a little bit more boost of the pots of gold. Speaking of the pots of gold, looks like I've got 2 tasks that I can collect, and I can start working on the next couple tasks. Get a Celtic Goldsmith selection kit. So what I like to do is, for example, this task here wants me to upgrade my hat factory. And I could have done that a long time ago. Um, I currently have over 1 billion shamrocks and it only costs like 36,500 in order to upgrade it. But now I can get this task done and then I can do this 25, and now both tasks were effectively finished at the same time. Um, so I also could have done these two 50 and 50 because obviously this moving 1.7 million, you know, there's 67 billion to be moved. I think that I could probably do a little bit better than that. Um, Everything all the tasks have to do with the drink factory, so it might be in my best interest just to do that now. So I'm waiting for 1.45 billion shamrocks in order to unlock that. So that's going to get this done, get this task, build a drinks factory. That'll knock that off. And then this is the manager for the drinks factory. So then I'll upgrade him 3 times. That'll get that task done. And then I'll have to level it up 25 times. Um, Let me know how everyone's liking the uh, the event. I know obviously I did a video on the event. Um, there was some, back and forth. I think some people are playing it, some people not huge fans. Me personally, I'm playing it, but I'm not. I'm trying not to get too caught up in it. I think that there are other events that I was going to say spend more time on, but I don't think it's possible to spend more time on other events um, than the St. Patrick's Day event, just because it is so time consuming. Um, but yeah, I wouldn't say I've been enjoying it. I've been playing it, and I went for the the building that is available once you go to the next town. I think it's this one. No, that's the event building. All right, so they're not showing it here, but effectively, once you go to the next town, and I showed this in the St. Patrick's Day video, but you go to the next town and um, there's a special building that has 2 levels, um, and basically just, you can get those 2 levels. It's one of the stronger buildings, I would say, from the St. Patrick's Day event. Um, so that's what I went for. If I don't get a full version of the special event building, I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal for me. So, all right. One thing, unfortunately, I just have to check on the side. I am looking for the chat because I lost it somehow. And this is where I show my beginner knowledge of, let's see. Oh, here it is. I found it. Docs, chat. Perfect. Okay. So hopefully I haven't missed anyone. I don't think I have. I don't think anyone's been saying anything. So, okay. Um, Back to the game. How many minutes do we have left on this? 1 minute left for Guild Battleground, so not much time to do anything. I was just fighting a little bit in Quantum Incursion. So the one thing that I'll say is the Quantum Store, uh, I have like almost full lunar coins. I was probably going to purchase all of the fragments for the gold and the silver, and then just whatever's left, I'll go to the Neo Bazaar. The other thing I wanted to mention was I purchased the Quantum Pass, the Golden Quantum Pass, um, earlier in this session of Quantum Incursion. That does not transfer to other cities. That was a question that someone had if it transfers between different cities, different worlds. Um, it does not. So this is the only world that I have this golden quantum pass in. So in case you were wondering. So we'll go back to Guild Battleground. This, in my opinion, is still one of the better ways of getting a lot of different good buildings. Um, I shouldn't say good buildings because it makes it sound like you're getting goods from the buildings. Efficient, strong city buildings. Good way to get those. Recently, I've actually been focusing a lot on forge points. I know it's probably better to get diamonds. I don't have any more diamond expansions to use, um, or at least I don't have any diamond expansions right now. I'm hoping that when they release the new level, the new era, whenever that is, um, there will be another set of diamond expansions that I can purchase. So that's what I'm saving them up for right now, but I'm not actively trying to collect as many diamonds as possible right now because I don't really have anything to spend them on. I spend 5 diamonds every day with daily collection, so that's not really going to put a dent in over 5,000. Um, I do try to help out with guild battleground buildings. So if we go here, like someone just built this province building. So if you want to make that immediately, you have to pay 125 diamonds. Obviously, with guild battlegrounds going on for 10 days at a time, and I I think we're winning. We're not winning, um, but we're trying to. So with everything being in pretty close contention, you want to you want to make sure that you're getting all of your different like province points um, like as quickly as possible. So I could finish these two immediately. That would give us probably another couple hundred victory points. So something to think about, but at the same time, like, you know, I don't think there's anything opening up relatively close. Yeah, so like just checking all of these, like they're all within like 2.5 hours, 3 hours from now. So it's probably not worth it in the case of, trying to get a 20% um, attrition reduction for these sectors. So anyway, we've now got 4.5 minutes on this. So I'll bounce back. I feel like I've been bouncing around a lot. So if I'm going too fast around, um, let me know. Uh, so daily collection, St. Patrick's Day. What else can we talk about? Talked about quantum incursion. Uh, get this guy. I think I think 120 I still spend it on. So the reason why I hesitated there, so you have these items, the quick promotions, and I'm saving those for when I have to upgrade up to level 4s, usually level 3 or level 4, depending on the manager. You start getting into like 150 pots of gold or 200 or 250 or something like that. I think level 3 is like ridiculous, or level 5 is ridiculous. The only reason you would go up to level 5 is for this rival challenge. It's not showing it right now, but there has been some rival challenges or some tasks, some quests, I should say, where he asks you to have a manager at level 5. That would be the only time that I go up to level 5. So other than that, I try to keep everything, relatively the same. So yeah, for example, here's a 150. I have 3 of these. I think I can use one here and save myself 150 pots of gold. And then yeah, level 5 is 300, but if I don't have a rival task right now to get me to level 5, I'm not going to do level 5. But this should hopefully speed up the process a little bit of collecting the shamrocks. So just a side note on that. Um, so I can finish that task, which is good. So now I have another 100 upgrades that I have to do. So I could have waited for this, and then I could have gone from 50 to 100 for this the shipyard manager and the festival manager, but it would have just taken so long for me to get to the drinks factory that it wouldn't have made sense. So now I have to wait for these two to get up to 50. So now I'll probably do this one first. So then 43, I think, goes up to like a billion something. And then I already have 2.6 billion here. So that'll quickly get collected. And then that way I can do this 50 more quickly. So that's my thoughts on that, or my plan, I guess. Uh, minute 40 left on that. I don't think. Oh yeah, I have a few attempts. I can do a few attempts here. Defeat. I mean, I will say this trial 55 is definitely difficult. I can switch between defensive and attack. Do I want to do that? I just feel like that's a lot of goods. I don't think it's worth it. But at the same time, I do have to at some point beat this. There we go. All right, we made it. So just goes to show you, if you get stuck on one and it's not really working out, then just try different units, try a different, setup. So maybe this time, when I get my next attempt, or even I can just purchase one. So for my next attempt, maybe I'll get rid of 2 rogues and I'll put in another gravity gunner and dream dust blaster, and we'll see how that goes. No, didn't do well either. And honestly, I think sometimes I'll have to wait for this Virgo project anyway, which basically just has a chance of blowing away half of the first wave. Um, which obviously at that point it's pretty easy to to get through that attempt. So this is opening up now. Now it's just endless clicking. I will say, and I'm embarrassed to say that it took me so long to realize this, but I think I did some video on how much clicking there is in Guild Battleground, and someone was like, why don't you just press R to replace units? I'm like, what? And then I realized that's like the hotkey for replacing units is R. So now they're still clicking, but now I don't have to go back and forth between auto, battle, and replace units. Like I don't have to go back and forth like this. I can just press R and then just continue clicking. So, of course, at some point I'm sure my finger's going to get tired and I'm going to have to take some time off from this game. But it hasn't happened yet. So, what else? I would be remiss to mention I do have a membership. It is not very expensive. It's actually the very least amount of money that I could make it. I currently have 2 members. Um, I should look up. Let me look up real quick. I unfortunately don't have their membership, their YouTube handles memorized, but I'm gonna call them out because they've been with me for a few months now, and I really appreciate their support. Not that I don't appreciate everyone else's support, but they're, it's just one of those ways that, they're kind of showing a little bit more support for me. And I appreciate that, I do these videos for fun, but at the same time, there's some stuff that I have to keep going, and getting that membership is really nice. So my longest member, my first ever member, 549 Jimmy Burr, BR. I don't know if that's the start of his last name or a nickname, but as Jimmy myself, thank you very much. Appreciate the support. And then my other member, the second member, is Jack GR Flunkin 3764. So to both of you, thank you very much. I appreciate the support. It's great that you're doing that. Um, I like supporting all the YouTube channels that I watch, which for the most part is like strongman, and like some cooking shows. So I I enjoy supporting other people, and I'm glad some people enjoy supporting me, or at least I hope they they enjoy supporting me. But in any case, all right, we're gonna do the daily collection now. So this has been done many times before. I've already done the mass self-aid, so that is complete. I'm gonna click my blue galaxy, and I don't have any forgotten temples going, so I am going to um, just try to go along and pick the higher forge point collection buildings. So if I did have the Forgotten Temples going, it would have just been this Eternal Market. That would have been it. And I would have just collected from this 15 times with a special production finish after every collection. So the one thing I can do is I can check if we're going to have, so I'll bring the calculator over so you can see what I'm doing. And some people have said, this is very outdated, and I know it's outdated, but I'm set in my ways. And so what I'm doing is I'm going to put it in the 1.95 arc thread. So first place is going to pay a certain amount of forge points in order to quote unquote lock them in, make sure that they can't get sniped or someone can't go above them. I'm going to make it so that basically they are the most forge points that anyone can contribute. And then second place, I'll try to lock them in as well, and so on and so forth, all the way down to fifth. So for me to lock in place the first person, I need to get this up to 116,361. So we'll pull this back over to the side. I'll keep that over here. And so we're going to add forge points to this great building until we get up to 116,000. And it might not happen just from these single collections. And the reason I'm doing the single collections is because, like, if I collect from here, and so now I have about 1,400 forge points. If I tried to collect again, it says I can't. I'm maxed out. I can only collect 100 at a time. Obviously, I've surpassed that already. So now I basically just keep going back and forth, collecting from one, going to the next one, get some 2 forge points from that quest, and this one. And then if you didn't know, there's this nifty thing up here. It shows you how many double collections you have left. So I have 9 left. So I've been doing this for a while now, so I know which ones I need to collect from. I don't have to check to see which forge points are the highest anymore, because I've been collecting for quite some time. So we're getting there. We're up to 106, 107. There. And I did start building some Neo Solar or Solara Emporiums, because I had Lunara for the most point, because I had reached Trial 55 in Guild Expedition. I wanted to at least have a strong enough army that I could get through that, relatively easily. So now I'm focusing on Guild Battleground because, like I said, that's a really good way of getting forge points and stuff like that. So I've finished my double collections, so that's good. I will now pay the 5 diamonds and collect from everything else. And the reason I do that is a similar reason, because if I went through and had to collect individually from every single building, because most buildings I think now give me more than 100 forge points. So, it's basically just a time-saving type thing. Assemble everything. So I got some finished special production, mass self-aid, a neo fashion boutique, another self-aid, and some selection kits. For the most part, a lot of the stuff has been going to the antiques dealer. And so now that I have all those forge points collected, I'm going to go here. I'm going to type in 61. So that got me a little bit over 3,000 forge points. And then this one is 79. And that's another, we'll call it 4,000 forge points. And then here, we're going to purchase some diamonds. Like that. And then I can purchase 1,000 forge points, which is a decent amount. So now, instead of only having like 13,000 forge points, now I have close to 22,000. So I can go back here and I can type in, I need 108,921. So the difference between what I need and what I have is 7,440. And now I'm at 116,361, which is what I needed. So I'll go post it in here, and someone will take first. I have to remind myself what first was. It was 4,758. Okay. And then I can probably update that. I can probably put second because so 1220 times 1.95 is 2379. So I believe second place should still be locked. So I put both. Okay, so now I have 14,000 more. Unfortunately, I like leveling everything up in groups of 5 or groups of 10, and I do not have enough to upgrade these buildings, so I can't do that. And this one I've been going up individual levels, and I don't have enough of the special resource to level that up either. And it requires 60, we'll call it 65,000 forge points to level. So my 14,500 is not going to do it. So, okay. Guild Battleground looks like it's going to take a while, half hour there. We've been going for 27 minutes. I've not seen anyone in the chat, so I might just end the stream early today, if that's all right with anyone watching. Like I said, I plan to get back on 2 weeks from now. I don't believe I have anything planned. I can quickly check my calendar just to confirm. But yeah, I don't have anything planned. I think the time will most likely be sometime like this. Like I'm on the East Coast, so 12 p.m., 1 p.m., something like that. If there are better times for some of my viewers, if you want me to switch it up, I can certainly do that. If you want different days, then let me know and I can just do some quick streams. My last stream, the question and answer stream, did really well. A lot of engagement there. Seemed like, some people did have questions. So if we want to just have like the baseline question and answer thread, we can do that. But let me know what you think. So yeah, but for right now, I think I'm pretty much done. I'll probably do a little bit more quantum incursion. And then, to be honest with you, it'll probably get really boring because I think I'm going to update my city. So I'm probably going to do a quick video on that. We'll do a benchmark of all the boosts that I have, all the boost levels. So, coin production, all of my fighting boosts, stuff like that, including all the quantum incursion stuff. So a lot of this stuff comes with the ascended buildings, so these probably won't change, but I think the quantum incursion fighting might change a little bit. And the more quantum incursion fighting I can have given from my normal city, the less I have to worry about it in my quantum settlement. Because there's not a lot of space here, and it'd be great if I don't have to worry about building some of these decorations in order to, do anything like that. So, okay. One more check on if there's any questions. No questions. So yeah, I'm going to end the stream there. Thank you everyone that watched. Thank you to everyone that is watching after the fact. If you are watching after the fact and you still have comments or questions, feel free to leave them below on this video. Like I said before, any changes that you're looking for, or any extra streams or changes to the stream that you're looking for, go ahead and let me know. And yeah, so that's it. Happy Friday, everyone. And as always, keep on jamming.